You know what I mean? I think from '08 till now, I got my 10,000 hours in. I don't think I mastered as good as I'm getting. I think I'm close. You know?
One, two, yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, sir, you are tuned in. This is for the SB1200, ASR 10s and NPC heroes. This is for the crate digging, loop getting, sound manipulators, the Fruity Loop reasoning machine innovators that pump the bass and frequently freak the kick in a stand till it slaps in your speakers. The sound providers that make sure the song is tight. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live.
Welcome to the Beats Grinding Life podcast with your host Siren, a weekly interview podcast with inspiring music producers, where every week you will learn from a different music producer how to potentially take your music career to the next level.
What's up, Beat Grinders? This is another episode of Beats Grinding Life. I'm your host Siren Beats, and I'm grateful that you guys are tuning in, because we got a special guest with us today. We got NateOGDetroit. NateOGDetroit is a producer, DJ, poet from, you guessed it, Detroit. The Motown producer is making a name for himself with his work ethic and his soulful beats. He is the in-house producer for GFG Entertainment and has been co-signed by Drugs Beats. He has worked with C. Ray Walls, FaZe the Blue Lagoon, Leif Erikson, Detroit Mixo, Philosophy Cole, and many more. Yo, what's up, NateOGDetroit? How you doing, man?
I'm living, brother. What's good with you?
Man,
thanks for having me on.
Oh, man, no doubt, man. Thanks for coming on, man. It's a blessing to have you up on here, man. I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm living, man, and hopefully you're gonna breathe some life into us, man, with all the knowledge that you have.
I'm gonna try to, man. I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, man, I have no doubt, man. You're about to knock it out the park, man. Well, I just read a brief intro on you, man. If you can, man, why don't you elaborate on that intro and let the Beat Grinders know a little bit more about you, man?
All right, so I'm a self-taught, like you said, DJ, poet, and producer. Started in 2008, going on my 10th year. You know, it's been a hustle on the grind, but I'm trying to get my name out in a big way. So, nice. You know, I understand the art of paying dues and whatnot. So, you know.
Patience,
so
patience is a virtue, right?
Exactly.
Nice, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. All right, man. Well, here on Beats Grinding Life, man, we want to know, you know, we want to know how you started out. What made you want to get into this thing 10 years ago, man? What made you want to be a music producer?
Man, I gotta take it back to moms and pops that passed when I was 18. I lost my mother and father. Ooh. You know, like 2 months apart back in '98. So mom's died in October, dad in December.
Oh my
God!
You know,
up until that, you know, I really started with the DJing thing. Wanted to be a DJ. I saw Juice immediately. I wanted to be a DJ. So, financial reasons, I couldn't afford turntables, but I set up for a dual cassette deck, a Fisher brand dual cassette deck. You know, and I would hit the record spot, the local record spot, cop the newest highest music, run home, you know, dub them or make my own mixtapes by taking and piecing it together, kind of like what you do with the drum machine,
right?
Or what you do when you're DJing turntables. Sell them in the hood for $10 a pop. Then I got hired working at McDonald's full time to save up for my MPC. And I was selling them tapes on the lunch break for like $10 a pop. So I was getting down with, man.
Dope, man. Hustler. I love it, man. That's what's up, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, well, man, you know, I'm sorry to hear about, you know, your mom and pops passing away like that. 2 months apart, that has to be tough, man. Can you tell us just a little bit about that and how you had to deal with it?
Like, man, that's actually where that was like a dark spot right there. You know, because I currently living out by Grand Rapids. If you're familiar with Grand Rapids, that's where Apollo Brown is from. Originally from Playmoor, Detroit. So that whole year from '98 to '99, I was in Detroit staying with some friends and stuff, and just didn't feel right. I feel like I need a reset.
Right.
So, you know, I moved out here with my dad's side of the family. I've been out here ever since. But I still commute back and forth like 6 times a year, like heavy, to go to Detroit to work with artists.
Okay.
You know, so the poetry actually helped a lot with the coping, you know, with dealing with death.
Nice.
You know, and then the music kind of, in '08, the music kind of took over life of itself. You know, my father was a musician, played bass guitar. You know, he was like, people still talk about him to this day, that he could make that bass guitar talk. You know, he ran with a lot of the Motown artists through the 60s and 70s. He never got his shot. So, you know, it's kind of weird because on the one side, I wonder would he want me doing music, but on the other side, I think he'd be proud because I pursued it, you know, still making some waves, you know. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So it gives you something bigger to shoot for, man. Not only are you doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for your pops as well, man. That's what's up, man. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay, man. All right, man. Well, when you first started, after you started putting those tapes out and it's selling them for $10 to get your MPC, man. Well, that was your first piece of equipment, right? The MPC.
Yeah, first MPC 1000. You know, Kai MPC 1000. Yeah.
Okay, man. How was that when you first got it, man? Did you have any struggles making beats or anything, or?
Yeah, like I struggled for about a year because I was like trying to imitate. I had a YouTube channel and had like 300 subscribers just favoriting like beat vids before I even put a video up.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm trying to imitate Boondock with the chops. And I'm uploading to YouTube and I'm getting all those negative comments. So it made me kind of take a step back and like leave it alone for about 6 months. But in that 6 month span, you know, during the end of 2008, you know, I was taking drum lessons. So I kind of, you know, made use of that time. Then I've been consistently getting in there since 2008.
That's what's up, man. Damn. Okay. Drum lessons, huh?
Yeah, I'm retaking them now because my drum teacher actually had moved out of state, so I'm just now getting back into it after like 6 years. So
okay. So are you sampling your own drums?
Nah, man, that's the funny thing. I don't have access or no room for a drum kit. You know what I mean? So eventually, you know, like in my apartment and stuff, I'm probably going to invest in like electronic one because you can actually turn the volume up and down, so I won't annoy the neighbors.
Right.
Yeah, but
okay.
But like even my drum teacher told me, he was like, man, I think you just taking taking these drum lessons just to read music. And I was like, man, I haven't had less than 6 years, but every time he showed me something, like he'll show me something one time and I get it down. We're playing together on, you know, the very next time we run through it.
Wow.
So, you know,
quick learning.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's all about acquiring skills, man. You know, whether you can record your drums or not, it's all about acquiring skills and improving the skills that you already have. So, you know, I mean, that's what's up, man. At least you're going back and doing it consistently. Some people wouldn't. Some people would say, hey, I don't have access to it, so why even spend the time doing it? But, you know, that time that you're doing it, you're building your skills so that when you do have access to recording, you're already on point, you know, and you'll be better than you ever would have been. So that's what's up, man.
Yep, exactly.
I like hearing that. Okay. All right, man. Well, man, I want to know when you first started out producing and when you got that MPC, man. Who were some of the producers that you wanted to sound like? Who were some of the producers that you grew up listening to?
Man, aside from like Boondock, it was like, of course, Dilla. I'm from Detroit, so there was a lot of Dilla, a lot of Black Milk, DJ Premier, Knife Wonder, Crushes, Large Professor, Lord Finesse. You know, just everybody I grew up. That's my sound's a reflection of everything I grew up with in the '90s in Detroit. You know, I was a sponge for all that. Like, we had our own local scene, but outside of that, you know, I was still exposed to like the East, West, South, you know, music brands of music back then. So
right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Those are all producers that I love listening to and love listening to. You know, back in the day as well, man. Yeah, man. I think I read something about RJ as well. I know that him and Black Milk were a duo together.
Yeah, BR Gunner.
Yeah, man.
BR Gunner. Yeah.
Okay. Was he also
I
an
had to mention
inspiration?
him too.
Yeah.
He's also one. It's funny because recently, a recent development is a lot of those artists from Detroit that was on those BR Gunner mixtapes have been hitting me up for beats. So I've been I've been getting hit all the time. Like, yo, I need this beat similar to Sims, and they're like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like what Dilla Soul said about Dilla. Like, we would call and like see if this beat is taken. Like that's how I've been.
Wow.
I'm like, you can have it. I'm like, yeah, I send it file, export it, and send it to him.
That's what's up, man. Okay, all right. Wow, man. Okay, that's what's up. All right, man. Well, you know, here on Beats Grinding Life, man, we you know, we always talk about the positives, but we also need to talk about the negatives, man. We, you know, and we kind of brushed up on it a little bit with your mom and dad passing, but I want to know what was the biggest, or what was the biggest setback that you've had, or the biggest failure that you've had while you were coming up in the game that you were able to bounce back from?
You know, it's funny. It centers around death for me because, like, I lost my parents in '98, and then I lost my sister last January. As far as the 16th of this month, it's a 1-year anniversary.
Wow.
So that I've been kind of like, with that, it kind of, you know, it's been like something I've been dealing with daily, and, you know, just praying on it, trying to get through it, you know,
right,
opening up the good book and all that. So, you know, that's been something that's been like, because, you know, I got a little nephew, her son is my little nephew, so it's like lighting that candle that I gotta get off my butt and do something, you know, to provide and make sure he's straight. Right. You know, even if I ain't around, at least he'll be sure to have something, you know. Right.
Yep. Well, man, my heart goes out to you, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Another death in your immediate family, man. That has to hurt. And but I want to know, man, is there anything that you were able to learn from that, or something you were able to take away to help you as a person, and as a producer?
It let me know that tomorrow's not promised. You know what I mean? And that, you know, get people their flowers while they're here. You know, that's why I always preach when I'm on Facebook. I'm like, you know, I ain't got it. Y'all, like, don't wait till I'm gone to tell me how, you know, to brag about me. Like, oh, he was such a nice guy. I'm like, give me my roses where I can still smell them. Right. You know what I mean? So I look up at a funeral programs that I got taped to my wall every day, and that's motivation for me to get up and create, you know, really match for mine. So
dope. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. All right, man. Well, I like hearing that, man. And Beat Grinders, I hope you guys are listening to that as well. You know, tomorrow is definitely not promising, man. I mean, I know for a fact, you know, my dad, he passed away too.
Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. So, yeah. NateOGDetroit is definitely letting you guys know, you know, you definitely have to go get it while you can, you know, because tomorrow's not promised. So, all right, man. Well, sorry to make you go through all that, man, and talk about the dark sides and, you know, all that. But, man, we're about to hop over to the other side and mention, you know, the biggest and best time in your career, man. I want to know what was the greatest achievement that you've had thus far?
Man, so far it's been a couple. It was meeting Focus from Aftermath. I just went back through your archive and got his interview. But I met him in 2015 when I did my first iStandard in Detroit. Nice. You know what I mean? They still send me emails. Like, they offered me a free spot last year, but I didn't have the bread for the hotel, you know, and all that. But I met him. We was friends for a while on Facebook when he had his personal page. And then I'm like, yeah, we used to talk on Facebook. He didn't remember me. You know what I mean? But he gave me one suggestion that I took and ran with. And it was my fault the way I did my beat set, because for some reason I picked every beat I picked had the same drum pattern. That's the only thing he said negative. And I was watching everybody else was doing trap beats, and they was getting marked down in mixes and everything. So I was like, I'm good at mixing. I was like, I got to switch. That's what lit the candle for me to take these drum lessons. So I kind of asked.
Dope, nice.
You know, it's been that. And then, like, back in December, I went to Detroit, and I got to build with Nick Speed from G Unit, the producer for 50 and G Unit, in-house producer. So we was in his new studio, thanks to my man Kodak and Matey, the CEO of GFG Entertainment. And we was all up there kicking things, playing beats and stuff. He's like, take a look around. He's like, all of us in this studio right now are meant for greatness. Look at that view, because he's like, the Penobscot building, like way, like 20th floor, like overlooking the city. And I was like, damn, you know what? He's right. Like, if he could do it, I could do it. You know. So that was just inspiration for me to get back from my town and hit the ground running.
Nice, man. Nice. That's dope right there, man. Wow. Well, I mean, what an inspiration, man. Wow. Okay. Well, man, I wanted. I was just thinking, man. You know, about the whole iStandard thing. It's, you know, it's. You didn't do that well in there. You know, your greatest. I mean, the criticism was that your drums sound the same. What I like about those competitions are, it's not even about winning or losing. It's more about just learning who you are as a producer. Yep. You know, and what I took away from that is, as soon as you were done with that, you went and you got drum lessons so that you can get better, man. I mean, to me, that is inspiring to me. You know, you looked at your weakness, and you try to turn your weakness into a strength, man. And I applaud you for that, man. That's dope, man. That's what's up.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. That's tight, man. And do you know Mark Cooper?
Yep, that's the homie. He was there too that night. Nice. We actually did our first beat battle that same year. So yeah, we met. He was like, man, I'm gonna stick around watch you and everything. Man, you ready? You look nervous. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I think I'm ready. So yeah, we go way back to like 2015.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, he said he's been mentored by Nick Speed, so I kind of thought about him when you said that. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, man. Well, I want to know, man. What does a typical day look like for you, man? You know, here on Beats Grinding Life, we're all about trying to be the greatest person that we can be, and the way to do that is to look at other great people and look at other producers that are on their grind, doing their thing, and kind of model ourselves after them. So what do you do in a typical day so that way I can model my day and all the other beat grinders can model their day after what you're doing?
Man, well, I do work a part-time job to keep money coming in so I could do maintenance for my lab and pay bills and utilities and stuff. So usually Monday through Wednesday, you know, evenings from 4 to like 10:30, I'm working.
Okay.
You know, usually I get in the lab either before, when I get up at like 9 o'clock, I might knock out 2 or 3 right quick.
Nice.
Every day. I go in a little bit harder over the weekend because I get 4 days off from Thursday to Sunday.
Nice.
So some days I'm usually going through the records and, you know, making drums. I'm doing some music related activity every day.
Dope.
Like whether it be creating new drums or, you know, watching on YouTube or updating SoundCloud, Bandcamp. It's always something. So
nice.
You know what I mean? I think from 08 till now I got my 10,000 hours in. I don't think I mastered as good as I'm getting. I think I'm close.
Right. You're never gonna master as much as you want to, though. You know, there's always room. There's always room for improvement. But that's what's up. If you reach your 10,000 hours, man, that's all that you can ask for. You put in that work. You put in that grind.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tight, man. That's what's up, man. Now you said that you do different things. You're doing your SoundCloud. You're doing your Bandcamp. You're going through records. Do you have different days for different things, or are you, or is it just whatever you feel like? Or what I meant to ask is, do you have it all scheduled out?
Nah, man. I kind of go on a fly a lot. Like sometimes, like for instance, every time I go to Detroit, I gotta hit the record spot and dig to the dollar bin.
Right,
so
nice.
I usually come home off the Greyhound with like 30 records, you know, dope records. So, you know, in the course of a day, I might throw something on, and I'm not a needle drop producer. So, like, I'll put the record on the plate and record it into my MacBook through Audacity.
Okay.
And then export his wave later, you know, and listen back to it. Then I might chop it up and make a beat like that. Dope. So some days I do like all of the ones I mentioned all in the same day. Usually that's how it goes.
Okay.
Because I'm always dropping beat tapes, and I got like almost 500 beat tapes since 08. So I've been free beat tapes, you know, free, you know, so I don't get in trouble. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. Hey, didn't you just come out with the beat tape? You just released one, a physical one, right? Like an actual beat tape.
Yeah, the Origins of NateOGDetroit. That's a cassette joint I did like last summer.
Dope.
Kind of like a compilation from 08 to kind of get people hip to, you know, that didn't know how to do music. Some joints they might have heard, and some joints they might not have heard if they hadn't been following me on YouTube. So I make beat making vids and put those up too on my YouTube too. So people sleep on YouTube, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, people do. On it. Can't sleep on that. Somebody told me, they said you have to have everyone should have an account on YouTube, because there's cats making money on there for doing stupid shit like drinking water.
Yeah,
people are
crazy, man.
Yeah, man. So I mean, you need to be on there. Everybody needs an account, you know, with some kind of video. You don't know what type of videos will just take off, you know. So
right, exactly.
So let everybody know where they can copy your beat tape.
That's NateOGDetroit.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
I got about 3 left. I kind of been selling them every time I go to Detroit. I end up selling a couple. so man, you know,
y'all better hop on it. Y'all better hop on it quick.
So I got 3 copies. The digital is still available at $7, and then the tape is like $10 plus like $2 shipping or something like that. So
okay.
So yeah,
dope, man. Dope.
We got a few copies left.
All right, so you said you go and you dig every time you go to Detroit. I know you don't want to give your secret spots away, but where can we go and find some dope records at in Detroit if we go?
Man, see, there's Hello Records. I don't know the address because my homie DJ Butter, another one of my mentors, legendary DJ, mixtape DJ, affiliated with Slum and all of them when they was coming up. He put me on like Hello Records. There's Pyramid of Sound. Nice. There's a couple spots, you know what I mean? So there's always some music, you know, thrift stores, they got the Salvation Army, the Purple Heart, stuff like that. So,
nice.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, you gotta be resourceful.
Well, good looking for that, man. Thank you for sharing those.
Oh, no doubt.
Okay, man. Well, this next portion of the interview, man, we like to call In the Studio. We can't make it to your studio in Detroit, man. I don't have the money right now for airfare. But the next best thing, man, is this portion of the interview where we find out what you do in the studio. So you ready to go with it?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. What do you do when you first start crafting beats? Do you have a ritual?
Man, I always start with the sample. I always, find a sample, tweak it if it needs to be, if it needs to be EQ'd, anything like that, any processing. Then comes the drums. And I just checked when I got a new hard drive the other day, I got 100 gigs of drums. So, and I've been learning from another mentor, my man, Mosh James, taught me a lot. He's from Detroit too. Dope producer, taught me a lot. I've been learning how to actually make my own drums. So, I've always created my own drums, when you first get started, everybody's buying the Dr. Dre drums off eBay. Right. But, the method to it is all the same science. You just gotta finesse it your own way. Yep. You know what I mean? Because they're not actually getting them kits from Just Blaze and Dre and knifing them. So yeah. So then after the drums are set, I come up with a bass line if I need one, or I filter the sample with a low pass to bring out the bass and EQ that. Put a limiter on it. If I need to mix it any further than that, I'll take it into Adobe Audition or Logic. So nice. And then after that, export as Wave and save it.
Dope, man. You make it sound so easy.
Right.
That's what's up. Okay. All right, man. Well, what's a not so secret weapon you got up in there?
Man, a machine studio. That's my baby right now until I get the 500 to get my NBC 1000 fixed. So,
nice.
So I had to substitute right quick. I was like, man.
Hey, I completely...
I found a place that took payments. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I just paid it off.
I know the feeling, man. The screen on my MPC went out, and I saw it said $300 for a new screen or something like that, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just put that bread towards getting a machine, but
right.
But the MPC, I gotta definitely get a screen for it. I'm definitely missing the swing on that. So
yeah, and I have the JJOS on the 1000, so it's sweet. You got the bit sample rates you can adjust and make your drums dirty, make it low-fi and gritty.
Ooh, okay, that's what's up. Definitely. Damn. All right, man. Well, Well, so tell me, man, what all do you have in your studio? What's all in your toolbox?
All right, so the Not So Secret is a machine studio. Records, headphones.
What kind of
turntable.
Headphones?
Man, right now I got the Dre Beats, man. I can't afford that right now.
You got the Dre Beats?
No, I said I can't afford those right now. I used to sell them at Best Buy, but I can't afford them. They're too rich for my blood.
I hear you, man.
But I got these IQ rockers, that extra bass headphones that I got from Walmart.
Okay. So, hey, if it works, it obviously works. You're making some dope beats, so
yeah,
it works good enough.
Yep, and I got Personas Audio Box i2 interface. For when I want to track out or do any special mixing. Studio One, Personas Studio One 3 artists. Okay. And I just bought last year, my birthday in July. I bought a Tascam Porta Studio, the 4-track joint, cassette joint. Oh, so that's something new I always wanted. I couldn't go to Detroit for my birthday, so I was like, man, I got this money. I need to treat myself to something.
There you
kind
go.
of make up.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty much it, man. And the records, that's pretty much it.
Okay, man. Hey, it's doing the job, man. It's getting the job done, man. That's what's up. Okay. Well, Beat Grinders, if you guys liked anything that NateOGDetroit mentioned, you guys can go onto the website under his show notes, and I'll have links for everything. So, all right, man. Well, this next portion of the interview, man, we like to call In the Mix. We're going to speed things up just a little bit. But if you need to take your time and thoroughly answer a question, man, that is all good. Take as much time as you need. So, you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, man. You prefer making beats with samples or without?
With samples.
Yeah, I knew. I don't even know why I asked that, but okay. What's your opinion on selling and leasing beats online?
Man, I really don't do it. You know what I mean? I usually sell beats, for exclusives only. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll do the leasing thing. You got cats up there leasing beats for $10.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And giving away beats. But you know, I kind of take a weird stance on that. I'm all about, you know, if an artist want to be for me, if they say it's exclusive, I will take it down from SoundCloud, send them to Sims. Once that PayPal gets to me, we set.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That. Yep, I do. Okay, what's a plugin that you think every producer could use in their arsenal?
Waves plugins.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to use up in Waves?
I like the vinyl effect. Where you can add, like, if you got a clean sample, like if you dig off of YouTube, you can add the vinyl. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a vinyl effect to make it dusty and gritty and, you know, crackly. Yep. So
nice. Yeah, I like using that too. Sometimes I like trying to make my own samples, and you know, like you said, it'll just come off too clean and to make it sound a little dirty. Just add that crackle in there. So.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right, man. Well, do you have a book that you think every producer should read? And it doesn't have to be a book about music, but it can if you want.
I would say actually both of these are actually music related. The Beat Game by Digga that you had on your show, I think a couple months back. I got that, and I got the Beat Tips Manual, the 3rd and 4th editions, both by Saeed. Both of those are dope books to get familiar with sampling and the art, how the production process works, how the business works from Digga branch. You know, he's touched on a lot of things that other kind of producers need to be aware of.
Yep, dope, man. And what did you say the second one was?
Oh, the Beat Tips Manual.
Beat Tips Manual. Damn,
yeah,
I haven't heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's been out a while. I got like the third edition. I just got the 4th edition. So
dope. And so, is there a difference between the 3rd and 4th? I mean, obviously there is, but is there a big enough difference between the two? Like, should people buy both of them, or is the 4th edition just good enough?
The 4th edition, I think, is pretty good because you actually get some commentary from like a lot of legendary producers like DJ Premier, Pete Rock and stuff on their process and different tips and stuff. So that's what actually the 3rd volume was missing. It was all just the author talking about because he produces and stuff like that too. So
right. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay. And Beat Grinders, like all producers do, I know you guys love audio, so now you guys can get a audio book just like one of the ones that NateOGDetroit has mentioned for free at beatsbooks.com. Once again, just go to beatsbooks.com. All right, man. Is there an internet resource that you use that you think every producer could benefit from?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Internet resource. Man, I really can't. Oh, that's what. You know, no matter what equipment you use, as long as it's like a machine or NBC, like the newer ones, I think the software-based ones with the MIDI controller. But I think Machine Masters is the best to get your tutorials from because they do all the Ableton Live, the push to, they do everything.
Man, Machine Masters is killing it right now, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they got the game on lock, man. I mean, I recently went on their YouTube channel, man, and they got so much on there, man. I mean, they are a great resource, man.
Yeah, like I'm always checking back to see what I missed or what new tips I can learn with the machine and whatnot. So
right, nice. Okay, well, thank you for that, man. That's what's up. Okay, man. Well, I want to know, man, if we had to tear down all the faces on Mount Rushmore, take all the presidents down, which we should, and put up producers, what producers would you put up on Mount Rushmore?
And there's 4, right?
And there's 4, right? Yep.
Okay. It will be Dilla. I'm gonna put Quincy Jones.
Nice.
DJ Premier. And Pete Rock.
Ooh, man, damn. Okay, that's that's hard right there, man. I'm loving that, man. I'm loving that. Damn. Man, I mean, all those producers have definitely inspired me, and they've inspired tons of other musicians out there, man. And all 4 of those guys definitely deserve to be on Mount Rushmore. So, man, I gotta say, great job to you for coming up with those, man. Thank you, man. That's dope.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay, man. All right, man. Well, I want you to imagine that you just woke up from a dream, and in that dream, you had the perfect studio session. And the perfect studio session included you, one artist, one producer to co-produce with you, one engineer, and one random person. who are those 4 people going to be in the studio with you?
Okay, so the artist. Okay, I think the artist is going to be Elzhi. Like, it's kind of weird because my manager in Detroit, my man La Peace, who's infamous for battling Eminem, which led him to go to LA to meet Dre through the Rap Olympics and all that. He knows everybody I'm trying to work with, so he'll pass my CDs out to him. So it's only a matter of time before we link up. But yeah, Elzhi for the artist. Co-producer would probably be 14KT. Nice. I know you up on him because he was on one year. I got his episode too. So
nice.
So, see, it was engineer, probably be Young Guru if I can get him.
Okay.
he did all whole stuff, and he's in the new Rhapsody joint, so he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And one random person would be let me get DJ Premier because I know it's hard to impress him. I heard Knife say that in his Big Lee's Machine panel he did with Just Blazing on them. And he said how Premier gave, he went to D&D or headquarters, and Premier gave him like some nonsense records, and because he didn't bring no records, no drums, he had Showbiz MPC and his drums. And he said he called Premier there, and then he turned on the beat. He's like, man, them little BS records I gave you? He was like, yep. He sent him back mad. So what he did with him? So yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, man, I guess that's a good person to have up in the studio with you, though. I mean, he's gonna tell the truth for sure. He's not gonna be a yes man, and plus, I mean, just somebody of his stature. I mean, it's always great to have somebody like that. I mean, OG up in there like that, Premier. But man, at first I was like, this is gonna be an all Detroit studio session when you said Elzhi and 14KT, but you went with Young Guru and then ended it with Premier, man. That's definitely sounds like a dream come true, man. Elzhi, top 5 for me. 14KT, every time I hear that guy, I'm amazed, man. And Young Guru,
I know, man.
Man, I mean, I went on a binge for a little bit and just listened to his beat tapes and Rose Gold as well, you know, album that's
crazy. I got that in the mixtape, so he's a beast, man. And
he
like, we talk every once in a while through Facebook, you know what I mean? So when he's not busy, so yeah, shout out to that cat, man. But man, it's attainable, man, right? I mean, this dream is attainable, right? Exactly.
Dope, man.
It's space and opportunity, man. Space and opportunity.
Yep, no doubt, man. Well, man, we'll keep grinding, man, and hopefully it can happen, man. When it does, man, I want you to send me a pic.
All right, bet. Will do.
No doubt, man. Okay. All right, man. Well, I want to know, what's your favorite song that you ever produced?
Man, my favorite song I ever produced will be the beat for that Grayscale remix that got C. Ray Rawls on it, and Phase the Blue Lagoon. Okay. So that's like my favorite beat. You know what I mean? Because I had that sample. I ran across that sample by mistake, and I sent it to Phase, and it was like, I didn't know he was going to use it for a remix. I thought he was going to use it for a track.
Right.
And then he sent me the finished joint because I had kind of been trying to work with C. Ray Rawls. You know, I was sending messages and he never replied. So it's kind of funny, ironic how fate, the universe, whatever you believe in, put him on that track. So I was like, wow. and me and Phase were talking about hopefully doing an EP this year. So dude, he wants to put it out. He wants to see if C. Ray Rawls to put out his label too. So
right. Wow. I mean, this sounds like a song that should have never happened. But it was the best thing that happened because you said you ran into the sample by accident. And
it's one of those times where you're not sure what to do with it. Right. You just kind of go off feeling, and then he's like, he's like, that's crazy beat. And like 3 days later, he sent me the joint, and I put it on SoundCloud right away. Like, and then C. Ray Rawls commented on it.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, man, this is the dope track. I don't know if he had heard it before, but he was like, I was like, I want to produce it. And, you know, we've been trying to talk ever since.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, and the other thing I was gonna say was you were trying to contact him to do music for him, and he never replied. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's on a track with you. You know, I mean, that's dope how it works out, man. I mean, you know, like we said earlier, man, you know, God has his own timing for things, you know, and so it's not on your time, you know, but you know, you just got to keep grinding. So that's what's up, man. Well, I'm happy to hear that, man. Glad to hear that, man, because sometimes, you know, I'm impatient. I know a lot of beat grind. I mean, we're all impatient, man, and you know, when we just want things now, and you know, just you sharing that story just lets us know, man, it's not on your time, man. You just gotta just keep your head down and keep going, man. So That's what's up. Thank you for sharing that, man.
Oh, no problem.
All right, man. Well, I want to know, man, what's an album besides one that you have worked on that you recommend every producer listen to, and why?
Let's see, man. It's a lot of them.
Yep.
Man, I would say, let me think here. Make sure I get the right answer.
Ain't no right answer.
I'm still a Dilla head, so like I revisit if I'm working on beat tapes that could possibly be put out physically, like what I'm doing now, I listen to Donuts, because if I'm thinking about doing a vinyl LP this year, and I gotta like squeeze the amount of beats I want to put, like it's like 30. I think combined from both sides is like a 30-minute runtime for the total LP. So I'm having to like edit them down, kind of like how his process was with Donuts. So I kind of revisit that when I'm working on projects like that.
Nice.
But if it's albums that I'm working on, like I do the NateOG Chronicles albums, and I have it's like a compilation of features. So usually when I'm working on those, one of my favorite albums is to listen to is like Black Milk Popular Demand.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
like I'm getting in that zone. So those are like the two. So they both serve their different purposes.
Right.
What I'm saying. So
nice, man. Nice.
You can't disregard crafts like the Chronic and stuff, but it's kind of like a smorgasbord of what I draw from. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, I mean, I mean, like you said, there's just so many out there, but I mean, the Dilla album Donuts, man, that's like the holy grail of beat tapes right there, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't blame you for going after that. I mean, I can't blame you for listening to that. When you're constructing your own beat tapes.
Right.
I mean, that's greatness right there. Greatness.
Yeah, I go to the Dilla. They call them lately the NateOGDetroit events. So they got one coming up hopefully next month. I'm hoping I can make that. Working on this job. They're cutting hours, but I met his mom at the very last one, and I'm cool with his sister on Facebook. So she's always saying, "Man, whenever you get in town, we need to go hang out." So what up, Martha Nicole Gansey? But it's met her mom's while she was doing like an interview in like the back stairwell. And I said, "Hi, Miss Yancey. We have been friends on Facebook." So we had talked. She would give us some jewels every so often through Messenger. So I met her and like kind of bonded her presence. You know what I mean? She was like, so ever since then she's been showing support and always keep me in the loop. So
that's tight right there, man. That's what's up, man. Wow. Okay. What was I gonna say? So what is this Dilla thing that happens in Detroit?
It's like a tribute. It's kind of like a tribute, like a tribute event.
Okay.
They have a lot of his artists that's worked with him over the years. Like the last one I went to, they had people that was on Welcome to Detroit.
Nice.
So they had like the original lineup, people there performing. The year before that, they had like J Electronica, a couple of local artists. You know what I mean, stuff like that. So it's always a dope event. My man DJ Butter, who's been a big mentor in getting my music out since I don't live in Detroit no more. You know what I mean? He's always, introducing me to the right people. We help promo each other's projects. Like I got a pic of him holding up the Origins and NateOGDetroit cassette. And I did the same. My profile pic is me holding up his album with DJ Dez. So so it's always dope to go to those events and get to meet people. And it's like a networking thing, because they'll, like my dudes will get up there and say it, like, I hope y'all got y'all CDs with you. Y'all need to introduce yourself to each other and, network. So I always come with like 20 BCs and hand them out.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Most definitely, man. Yeah, man. I mean, we so it's every February. Every February,
right? February, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we have something like that here in Portland too. A Dilla tribute night, and I can't remember if it's to celebrate his birth or his death. Those dates are so close, but
right.
But yeah, man, it's always a great time. Live bands playing his music. People getting up there and performing some of his songs. So that's what's up. I can only imagine what it's like in Detroit, man. Probably way better.
It's a dope event, man. Like I've been going to them since 2014, so that was my first one.
That's what's up.
What I mean. So I've been going to them since I could physically afford to get the hotels and stuff. So
right, dope, man. That's what's up. Well, man, rest in peace, Dilla, man. It's great to see his legacy is still living on, man. That's a goat right there. Goat.
Yep.
So. All right, man. All right, man. Well, I want to know, if you woke up tomorrow, man, and you lost everything that you had except for $1,000 and the knowledge that you've gained over the last few years, man, what would you do in the next week to restart your career?
$1,000, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be tricky, man. But I'll say everything. So I'll probably get the cheapest Walmart laptop I could find, and probably a Machine Micro, because they run about the same. So at least I can get beats going.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I had anything left, you know, of course I would get internet and all that so I can submit beats. But yeah, that'd be my main two top priorities. Get back in it.
Dope, man. Dope. It don't take much. And you could probably get that Machine Micro for cheap on eBay or Craigslist or whatever,
I've been going to that Reverb.com. That's where I got the Porter Studio from.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
So, yeah, they got some dope prices on gear too.
I might just go on there when we're done and check that out.
Yeah,
I've heard that from somebody else too.
Yeah, Reverb.com is my new friend, so that's where I'm getting my MK2 from next year when I get saved up for that.
Is it just music equipment?
I think it's mostly music equipment. I'm not sure what else they have, because that's what I always search for, is like music equipment.
Okay.
So it might be more than that, but that's the only thing I know that I've actually dealt with them on. So
nice, man. Okay, you might be getting your drums on there too, then, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's what's up. Okay, man. All right. Well, I want to know what is legacy to you, man. Tell me, what is legacy, and when it's all said and done, man, what do you want your legacy to be?
Man, the only thing I want to really accomplish is kind of leaving my mark on the world and like inspire people, motivate people.
Nice.
Like let people know that, you know, life happens, good and bad. You know, it's both could be considered blessings.
Yeah.
The blessing in a bad situation, if it's knowledge gained and wisdom gained from it, you know, to prevent that from happening again. So, you know, I want people to want somebody to look at me in the light of, you know, I seen NateOG move mountains to make his dreams come true, and if he could do it, I could do it. And if I could do that for one person, I feel like I'm good. I feel like I left my mark.
That's what's up, man. It couldn't have been stated any better than that, man. That sounds right on mark, man, with how we should all live our lives and how we should be leaving a legacy. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I want to know, what's the greatest piece of advice that you've ever received, and what advice would you have for all the beat grinders listening today?
That would actually be from one of Dilla's collaborators in Detroit, a group called 5Ella. Their DJ, his name is DJ Sakari, and he inboxed me out of the blue one day. It was like, whatever you're doing, don't quit your music, because it might not seem like nobody's listening, but we're all listening. That's what he told me. Wow. And I was like, wow, because I had met Dime 50 and Mud and all of them. I met all of them at one of the Dilla events, like the one back in 2015. I went there and I met them. My man Merch Music had introduced me. He was like, yo, this is my boy NateOG. He got the hottest beats out. And, you know, they was trying to work with Merch. So I gave him a beat CD. He told me I was dope. So I was like, cool.
Damn. Wow, man. That's what's up, man. Don't quit, because like everybody's watching, man. That's tight right there, man. What'd you say? Everybody's watching or everybody's listening?
Everybody's listening.
Everybody's listening.
So, yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's dope, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Beat grinders, take this man's advice. Keep doing it, man. That's what's up. Okay, man. Well, I want to know, man, if you have any more words for the listeners, man, if you want to let them know what they should be looking out for, what they should be listening to that you already put out, how they can contact you if you want to be contacted, man, please let them know.
Okay, be on the lookout for the My Testimony album with GFG Entertainment. It's my debut with the label.
Nice. That's
coming out this year. I'm working on co-producing a project, an album for Duke LaRock, who's a dope Detroit artist. He's low-key affiliated with Stupid the Dog Pound, so I produced half the album with my man DJ Butter. And of course the vinyl LP is dropping later this year called The Art of Sample Building. Dope. So that's all 2018 catalog, numerous beat tapes. The beat tapes are going to be at Bandcamp, NateOGDetroit.bandcamp.com. Twitter is NateOGDetroit. You know, Facebook, all NateOG Detroit. You know what I mean? So if you need to contact me, beats, you know, any questions, you know, feel free to hit me up.
Dope, man. Dope. Okay. Well, man, you're staying busy. Sounds like you got a busy 2008 lined up, man. I mean 2018. Excuse me. But you got a busy 2018 lined up, man. That's what's up, man. You're definitely an inspiration to me, and hopefully you're an inspiration to others, man. You're doing it, man, and getting your dream out there, man. So thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, most def.
Okay. All right, Beat Grinders, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Beats Grinding Life. If you found this show of any value, please share it on Instagram, Insta Stories, Facebook, whatever, all that good stuff. And tag me and NateOGDetroit and let us know how you guys liked it. Also, be sure to rate and review this podcast on iTunes. And also give us a like on SoundCloud. This week you guys have been mentored by NateOGDetroit, so consider yourselves lucky and continue making beats, stand on your grind, and living life. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.
Here at Beats Grinding Life, we want to thank you for listening to another episode. We want to know, what were your biggest takeaways from this interview? Just go to beatsgrindinglife.com and leave a comment on this episode's show notes page. Also, while you are there, go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just click the little button that says subscribe. If you could, please leave a rating and review. Rating and reviews are the best way to show your appreciation because it helps more people find out about the podcast. So until next week's episode, keep grinding.